Welcome back wrestling fans, and welcome back to Waynesider, where tonight we dive into what could be the most pivotal moments leading into Clash in Paris, a night where history may be written, rewritten, or shattered entirely. The tension leading into this event has been unlike any we've seen in recent months. Every storyline, every glance, every backstage conversation carries with it the weight of legacy, loyalty, and the unspoken pressures that define WWE's most dominant families. At the center of tonight's discussion is Seth Rollins, the architect, a man who has carried championships, legacies, and expectations with a precision that few can match. His path to this clash has been calculated, deliberate, and meticulously crafted. Please like, share and subscribe for more WWE content. Rollins' preparation has been unmatched, but as fans, we must ask ourselves, is there a way he loses? Could the unexpected happen, and if so, how would it reshape not just his career, but the very balance of power in WWE? The answers, as always, are intertwined with another narrative, the bloodline. Roman Reigns and his family have been a cornerstone of WWE's dominance for years, their story defined by unity, strength, and a relentless demand for loyalty. Power within the bloodline has never been just about championships. It has been about control, fear, and the silent expectation that family comes before all else. And with power comes pressure, immense, crushing, and often invisible to the audience. Silent resentment has been brewing for months. Tensions between members, subtle glances, and backstage whispers have hinted at fractures that could redefine the faction forever. Every championship match, every brawl, is now layered with these unspoken conflicts. The history of the bloodline is storied. They have dominated, intimidated, and rewritten what it means to be a family in WWE. Yet, the very traits that have made them dominant, loyalty enforced by fear, power consolidated by authority, can also be their undoing. Tonight, as we look toward Paris, we see Rollins positioned not just against his opponent, but against the larger forces that ripple through WWE's hierarchy. Every move he makes, every strategy, carries implications for what comes next. Roman Reigns remains a shadow over all that unfolds. The tribal chief's aura, his meticulous control, and his reputation for intimidation weigh heavily on everyone, from Rollins to allies within his own ranks. And yet, subtle shifts are occurring. Moments of hesitation, the faintest glimmers of rebellion, whispers in hallways, these are the sparks that could ignite a firestorm at Clash in Paris. Halfway through our analysis, the night turns. What seems like a preview discussion transforms into a shocking revelation. Backstage tension erupts into a violent confrontation as one of Reigns' allies turns on the family in a moment that feels both inevitable and earth-shattering. Bodies collide, alliances fracture, and the aura of invincibility surrounding the bloodline is cracked. Roman stands at the center, stunned, realizing that even his most trusted allies may no longer follow without question. This attack is not just physical, it is symbolic. Years of silent resentment, pressure, and unspoken demands have coalesced into a moment of rebellion that exposes the vulnerabilities within the dynasty. The arena reacts in disbelief. Fans see not just chaos, but the collapse of a family whose power was thought unshakable. The visual of a crumbling empire resonates far beyond the ring. Backstage whispers confirm the magnitude of the event. Some suggest that this was carefully orchestrated, a calculated move to test Roman's authority, while others view it as a spontaneous eruption of pent-up anger and frustration. The implications for Clash in Paris are enormous. Seth Rollins now enters the night not only with his own strategies and talent but with the added dimension of a fractured family looming over him, potentially altering every outcome. Rollins' preparation is meticulous, but the instability of the bloodline introduces variables he cannot predict. Every interaction, every interference, carries the potential to change the match, the storyline, and the WWE landscape. Fans must now consider, can Rollins maintain control, or will the crumbling empire around him create opportunities for unexpected victories, or shocking losses? The emotional aftermath of the attack lingers. Roman Reigns, once untouchable, now faces not only opponents in the ring but questions of loyalty, betrayal, and the sustainability of his dynasty. Alliances will be tested, rivalries intensified, and backstage dynamics reshaped. What once seemed unbreakable now stands on the precipice of upheaval, and every WWE superstar must navigate this new reality carefully. The bloodline's legacy is at stake. Power built over years can be undermined in moments. Trust can be broken, and even the strongest bonds of blood are vulnerable when ambition, resentment, and fear collide. Tonight, as we look toward Clash in Paris, we are reminded that wrestling is more than athleticism. It is a tapestry of loyalty, betrayal, strategy, and emotion. It is the story of power and its fragility, of bonds tested and trust betrayed. And in the end, whether Rollins triumphs or the empire around him crumbles, we are left reflecting on the most human truths of WWE. Betrayal leaves scars, broken trust reshapes legacies, and blood may bind, but it can also break.